Good Friday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson. And let's go on and talk about the weather for your Friday. Hopefully, everyone had a great 4th of July yesterday. And we are moving on past July the 4th and going into our Friday, July the 5th. So let's go on and let's talk about the weather. So, looking at the radar right now, as you can see, we don't really have any precipitation falling at all inside of South Carolina. So let me move my way outward. And let's talk about the entire United States. You can see here that we do have some rain like all the way up here inside of the upper Great Lakes region. Even up here into the Northeast, we're starting to see some precipitation, some storms possible, or storms going on inside of Kentucky, places like Tennessee and Atlanta, and those will move east, and those will impact South Carolina later today. We'll talk about that during the severe weather portion, but it is coming and it is on its way. We do have some rain inside of the Red River Valley up there in Texas and Oklahoma, and we also do have some showers and some storms going on in Nebraska and Colorado as well. So let's move on and let's go talk about cloud cover. Cloud cover right now shows pretty much just some very light clouds going all the way pretty much for most of I'd say for most of like from Savannah all the way through like Charleston up all the way up through Myrtle Beach. You can barely see it, but I'm looking up in the sky right now, and I can definitely see some clouds up there, even though it may not look like it. There are definitely clouds up there, but they are just like super light, so you can barely notice them at all. So that's what's going on there. Bit of some more heavier clouds going down into Hilton Head Island or Beaufort. Here's our cloud cover total percentage as well. Cloud cover total percentage. Let me move this forward. As you move this forward again, cloud cover is going to remain relatively light as we go through the next couple hours. Here's 10 hours out from now. Again, just seeing like some little bits of cloud cover going in, like the PD regions in the upstate as well. Here's around late tonight, 10 o'clock p.m. Just some cloud cover up there inside the upstate. And then you can start to see that line kind of starting to move through. You can see it right here as it's trying to move its way east. Here is our current temperatures: 91 in Columbia, 88 in Charleston, 89 in Moncks Corner, 89 in Walterboro, 88 in Savannah, 86 inside of Myrtle Beach, 93 in Bennettsville, probably the hottest region with like Sumter, Bishopville, and Florence, 91 Rock Hill, 91 Anderson, and then 89 inside of Greenville. Here's our high temperatures for today, Friday, July the 5th, 2024. 103 inside of Columbia, 102 inside of Orangeburg, 90 inside of Charleston, 91 inside of Hilton Head Island, as well as 91 inside of Myrtle Beach, 94 in Georgetown, 97 in Spartanburg and Anderson, 98 in Greenville, 100 in Rock Hill, 100 in Florence, 102 in Sumter. And those are just the temperatures for pretty much just for today. You can go and you can actually check out the heat index values for today as well. Let me go on and show you all that. Here it is, right here. Here's the heat index values. You can see that pretty much heat index values go all the way up to 111 for Columbia, 106 for Moncks Corner, 105 for Charleston, 103 for Myrtle Beach, 108 in Dillon, 108 in Cheraw, 104 in Spartanburg, 108 in Greenville, 107 in Anderson, 109 in Aiken, 111 in Columbia, 110 in Orangeburg. So it's going to be a hot one for everyone. Everyone is going to be hot today. So make sure that if you're out there, make sure that you have some water with you, especially if you're working out there. Make sure you get some water. Make sure that you get yourself some nice, proper I'd say like nice proper fans if you're going out there. Also as well, like make sure that you take breaks. You go inside. As well, make sure that your plants, grass, are all getting water because they need water too. And let's continue on and let's talk about our peak sustained winds for today. Peak sustained winds, again, not really going to help out with the heat too much, around 13 on along the coast, maybe 16 at Myrtle Beach. But everyone else is going to be around 10 and under. So it's not really going to be too much of a breeze to really count on in terms of these high temperatures. And then in terms of wind gusts as well, wind gusts can also be around 17 in Orangeburg, 18 in Charleston, 18 in Hilton Island, 23 in Myrtle Beach, 15 in Florence, 13 in Columbia, 15 in Rock Hill, as well as Greenville, Spartanburg, and Anderson, Lawrence as well, 14 in Greenwood, 12 in Newberry, 13 in Columbia as well. So around, I'd say around 9 to 15 miles an hour around for most of us inland, and then once you get to the coast, around 18 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our forecasted precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. You can see here that pretty much once you get to like Columbia, it cuts off. And if you're in like the low country of South Carolina, the PD region of South Carolina, you have nothing to worry about in terms of rain for today. But I think we probably all still need rain. So we still, I still think that it's beneficial for all of us to still get some rain. But around a half an inch to an inch is possible in Greenville, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch possible in Spartanburg, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Rock Hill, half an inch to an inch Anderson, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Lawrence, quarter of an inch or tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Greenwood, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Columbia. Same thing with Aiken, tenth of an inch, hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch in Barnwell. So again, it's really scattered, really where those higher precipitation rate seems to fall near the Greenville-Anderson region, maybe just to the east of Spartanburg as well. But other than that, beneficial rain is probably going to be occurring up there. And here's our SPC outlook. You can see we have a marginal risk of severe weather today for the upstate of South Carolina. And you're going to have to watch out for some damaging winds because when those push forward and they push through, they can pack some 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gust in it, isolated in nature. So you're gonna still have to watch out for that. And then here is our excessive rainfall outlook. You can see here that we are under a marginal risk of excessive rainfall as well for today for the upstate of South Carolina. So you're gonna have to watch out for some minor flooding up there as well. So just minor flooding, 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible. Torrential downpours are possible. And let's go and let's talk about the models right now. Let's look at the models, see what they show, and then we'll talk about the tropics. Let's push this forward. You can see that storms are starting to push in here, 7 o'clock p.m. tonight. And then you can start to see the latest model actually has it kind of missing, the shower's kind of missing this region. That's what the latest run says. And as you continue to push it forward, look at this. It redevelops itself past like Greenville, Greenwood, McCormick, Lawrence, and it starts to bring some storms to like Rock Hill, Winsboro, Lancaster, as well. So we might see a little bit of an upgrade later. I'm not quite sure because I don't work for the SPC. I don't know what's going on with them. But you can see as like here's you can see like around here's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and you can see that there's not really a lot of storms firing. Now again, that's why there's a marginal risk because there's very low confidence. I mean, this might not happen at all. It might happen. It might not. That's why it's a marginal risk of severe weather. It's not like a slight risk because we're not that confident. A marginal risk we have kind of low confidence, but you know there's still that absolute chance, and it seems to look like that most of these storms might pass the Greenville region. And let's go and let's check out the wind gust as well. See, wind gusts with these storms not really too high, around 20 to 30 miles per hour. If anything, one of these storms could possibly get up to 40. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything else too much different. So we'll continue to watch for that. If storms keep firing, if you hear the thunder, you know to go inside because we don't want anybody to get like struck by lightning, something like that. That would not be a great thing. I mean, we've seen house fires start because of lightning. I've seen reports of it. I've showed you all reports of it as well before, so we don't want that to happen to anybody. And now let's go and let's talk about the tropics. So here it is right there. There is Beryl. Let me show y'all on the radar real quick and show y'all where Beryl is right now. Beryl right now is over here just to the south and east, south and west of Cancun. And you see the hurricane force winds is kind of around like Tulum. I think that is Akumal. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly, but you can see the hurricane force winds in the red right here. 74 plus miles an hour. Then you have the yellow area with like kind of like outlined. Let me circle in this region right here. That's around. I think that's around 57 to 73. That's a high-end tropical storm. And then everyone else inside the green. See the green right here. That does include Cancun. So Cancun is getting winds of up to sustained 39 to 56 miles an hour right now. And this is right now Category 2 with wind speeds of up to 100 miles an hour right now. So let me show y'all it here. There goes Burrow. Winds of up to 100 miles an hour, hurricane force winds, dangerous storm surge, and heavy rainfall are beginning to occur across the Yucatan Peninsula within the hurricane warning area. Residents there should shelter in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions today. There are also an increasing risk of strong winds, storm surge, and heavy rainfall in portions of northeastern Mexico and southern Texas late this weekend. Interest in these areas should continue to monitor the progress of Beryl and updates to the forecast. Hurricane and tropical storm watches will likely be issued later today. So, again, Texas, if you know anybody inside of Texas, or if we have anybody watching from Texas, in southern Texas mainly, hurricane watches and tropical storm watches will be issued later today, so you should be expecting that. Rip currents could cause life-threatening beach conditions beginning late today and continuing through the weekend across much of the Gulf Coast. I know we had a moderate risk of rip current yesterday here in the coast of South Carolina. I haven't checked up on it, so still, if there are any remaining rip currents, still make sure that you're staying safe out there. And that's Burrows. That's all the Burrows things. Let's check out Tropical Tidbits and see what's going on with Beryl. Keep on saying Beryl. I'm pretty sure it's Beryl. I hear like everyone saying Beryl. So, and I've been so used to saying Burrow just because I've said Burrow so much. And I'm pretty sure I'm like pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that it's Beryl. But here is obviously Hurricane Beryl, and you can see as it moves in to the Yucatan Peninsula region, and you see that we still do have some pretty intense rotation with this. You can see it especially in the center as well. You can see the convection around it as well. This thing is chugging on west, and here's the track of it again. So as it moves its way upward, and it's going to re-intensify again into a hurricane. And as it moves its way through, it's going to hit probably around the Brownsville region at around a Category 1, Category 2. Both pretty much are possible. I'm going to say Category 1 though, because I think that's what the track says. Yeah, Category 1. And actually, I can show y'all here as well. So you can see it's going to weak into a tropical storm, but it's still going to be strong though, around 60 mile per hour sustained winds, 70 mile per hour gust, and then it will finally start to increase a little bit, 65, 75, 70, 85, and it'll get to around 80 miles an hour with gusts of up to 100 miles an hour. And then, as it hits Brownsville, down there, near Port Isabel, it's going to start to hit with up to winds of up to 85 miles an hour with gusts of up to 105 miles an hour down there in southern Texas. And then it's going to actually rapidly weaken as it goes to around 40 to 50 miles an hour. And as it goes towards like the San Antonio, Austin region, it's going to be around 30 miles per hour with gusts of up to 40 miles an hour as it moves through there. So that's the cone of uncertainty, so we don't know. It could change. It could pivot west. It could pivot east. It can pivot wherever it is. But remember I said the longer that this thing stays over water, the longer that this thing has time to develop into a worser or a more bad hurricane. But that's pretty much all that I have in terms of Hurricane Beryl. We have nothing else to talk about in the tropics. As you can see, I mean, everything. Well, actually, yes, we do. I believe actually. But it's not really inside of the. Yeah, it's just Tropical Storm Aletta. So that's their names for the That's their names for the seasons, as well as they named um, Tropical Depression Aletta. Now is now out there. This thing is going to die, which is, I mean, I'm not gonna say that's unfortunate, but I'm gonna say I'm pretty sad for it, as it tries to continue, but it's not going to, just because it's gonna go into cooler waters, and it doesn't really support. Hurricanes don't really need that at all. And also, here's some of the intensity guides for Beryl. Beryl's not going to probably. Some models are saying that it could be a high end category 1, low end category 2, which again is possible, but again, it's not going to get to. I don't think it's not going to get back to major hurricane status unless something else happens dramatically. So we're going to have to continue to watch out for that. And that's pretty much it. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday. I will be back tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.